cash grab for migrants. New York City officials dramatically expanding a controversial program which would give another round of prepaid debit cards to 7,300 migrants over the next 6 months, costing the city upwards of $2.6 million.
Okay, so let's talk about the migrant crisis, the illegal immigrants flooding New York City, because New York City is a sanctuary city. So we're going to talk about what's going on up there, getting an update on the issues Eric Adams is dealing with. Eric Adams, the trash mayor, and of course Kathy Hochul, the trash governor. We're going to talk about how they are taking advantage of the suckers in New York City. You vote for these Democrats, these 4 left-wing Democrats, because you're trying to save democracy. Orange man bad, all Republicans are bad people and racist. You fall into that crap, you get brainwashed, and the Democrats treat you like absolute dog shit. So let's go ahead and get into this article, because we already talked about the migrant crisis. You guys know how many migrants up there. Over 200,000 have hit the city. 60-some thousand are still in the city. Allegedly 60-some thousand, might be more. And we got the super gangs, crime fest going on, need the National Guards in the subway. But what's going on with these sucker voters who vote to save democracy? We got to vote Democrat all the time, vote blue no matter who. Eric Adams, them, are putting the illegal immigrants in the low income areas. Color me surprised. Obviously, New York City, one of the richest cities, got a ton of millionaires and billionaires up there. Got some of the most expensive property, some of the biggest businesses in New York. Everybody thinks about New York, Times Square, Wall Street. You know, big money flows in and out of New York. But obviously, we got projects, we got hellholes, we got low income neighborhood. We got a whole lot of poor people in New York. We don't see them too much on TV. We always hear about the big money people, the big business, but a ton of poor people, millions of poor people actually, a lot of large, low income neighborhoods. So let's get into this article here. Let's see where the hell these migrant shelters, these taxpayer funded homes for illegal immigrants are being built. Some of the Big Apple's poorest zip codes are being forced to bear the greatest brunt of the city's migrant crisis, including a Queens neighborhood saddled with more shelters than any other part of the 5 boroughs. Internal data kept from the public but obtained by the Post reveals. See, Eric Adams, they don't want you to know about this. The people that you vote for to save democracy, all of these left-wing activists, these left-wing politicians, they will keep this data from you. They will straight up lie to your face about what's really going on, while at the same time undermining you, further crushing your neighborhoods. Long Island City is home to a staggering 23 government-run migrant shelters, 12% of the 193 operating in New York City, according to data tallied off a confidential list of shelter sites used by city agencies. The city dropped a bomb on us, said Queensbridge houses resident Danny Buford, whose 11101 zip code includes a 24th shelter in neighboring Astoria. The migrants are taking over. They're taking over all the parking with their 8,000 scooters. They're disrespectful, peeing in front of everybody. What the hell, peeing on the ground? They must be drugged out. I thought they was just poor, innocent moms and children coming for a better life, escaping violence because somebody in South America is trying to beat them up. It looks like they're coming over here, taking advantage of the system, pissing all over the ground, setting up fight clubs, beating up old ladies, taking their phones, and I can go on and on and on about the more heinous crimes they've been committing, like rape and murder. But that's a different video. We do that one time, and we're going to jail for a long time. So here's some of the migrants. Got a lot of black migrants too, because what people don't know, there's a lot of black people in Latin America, especially the Colombia, Venezuela, Brazil area. And of course, we got plenty of them coming from Haiti and West Africa too. 3 of the top 5 most shelter-saturated zip codes, which covers parts of Jamaica, Queens, and East New York, Brooklyn, are among the poorest areas in New York City with median incomes below $37,300, according to Data Commons. That is very bad. $37,000 and overpriced as New York. And the Democrats said, you know what? Let's go over here to Jamaica, Queens. Let's go over here to New York, East New York. And let's flood them with the migrants. They're poor. They're downtrodden. They don't have any money to affect us. They can't launch campaigns against us. They can't donate to our ops in the political sphere. They're nobodies. So let's go over there to these poor black people, to these poor Latino people, Flood them with illegal immigrants. Let them deal with the crime. Let them deal with all that crap. The rent prices are going to go up because you have way more people. You're competing for resources and jobs because of the influx of thousands of people. Let them deal with it. Who cares? They're going to vote Democrat anyway because we're going to go over there during the election year. We're going to say orange man bad, orange man racist. And like suckers, they're going to vote for us again. And it seems like an effective strategy. A post-analysis of an internal list of active shelters used by city agencies as of June 25th also found Queens is home to 70 or 36% of the 193 shelters that currently host 65,300 migrants under city care. Another 49 shelters are in Manhattan, 44 in Brooklyn, 25 in the Bronx, and 5 are on Staten Island. Yes, those people on Staten Island, two things about them. They got money. And a lot of them are more right-leaning and they ain't gonna take it. The people on Staten Island are the loudest voices against the influx of illegal immigrants in New York. But those people in Queens, they just sitting there taking it. They're poor, they're downtrodden, like I said, and they easily fall for the Democrat brainwashing. And look what's happened to them. Jamaica is not too far behind Long Island City. There's 13 shelters in the 11435 zip code that includes Jamaica and neighboring Brentwood, and another 7 in the 11434 section of Jamaica. Manhattan's 136 zip code, which covers Midtown West, is home to 8 shelters. 11207 is East New York, has 6. The 10467 Williams Bridge, Bronx, 12206, parts of Bushwick and Williamsburg, Brooklyn, and 11212 Brownsville, Brooklyn, each have 5. So Eric Adams knows exactly where the money is flowing in New York, who has money, who doesn't have money, and he's taking advantage of them. And he knows he can get away with this. Mayor Eric Adams' office on Saturday told the Post that the number of city shelters is now up to 217, but declined to reveal the additional locations. Well, we know that where they are. They're over there near the project somewhere, black neighborhoods, Latino neighborhoods, flooding them with crime and sucking up resources, crowding the schools up and all types of stuff. But again, he can get away with it. None of the city's 193 migrant shelters reviewed by the Post are located in the top 5 zips by median income in New York City, which covers Tribeca, Battery Park City, and other parts of Lower Manhattan, as well as Lincoln Square, Record Show. New Yorkers, all of you vote blue no matter who. Oh, we riding with Biden. Oh, Trump evil. New Yorkers, look at what the hell the Democrats are doing to you. You take the top 5 richest big income areas in your city, 0 migrant issues. Can you imagine that? Hundreds of thousands of migrants hit your city. You had to set up hundreds of shelters, drain your tax money, take it away from you and your family, give it to some people from another country. And they flood them, these crime hellhole shelters, in the poorest neighborhoods. None in the neighborhoods with big money. And you sitting there still voting for this fool? Good luck with that. If you're still going for these Democrats after what they're doing to you, I can't help it. In Long Island City, the divide is especially stark, where nearly 24 shelters are clustered around 2 public housing projects. Wow. Wow. So the projects are bad enough. We all know historically how horrific the projects in New York City are. Imagine you take thousands of people, because these projects in New York are massive. Thousands of people in these extremely destitute areas, these projects, a lot of crime, a lot of poverty, poor education, just hellholes. You wouldn't want to live there. Imagine you take these places and then just stuff into them thousands of illegal immigrants from all over the place. And a lot of these illegal immigrants are bringing drugs, they're bringing crime. Definitely, they're rapists. Definitely, because we've seen what's happening. Imagine how terrible those areas are now. It was already bad, but you stuffed them with this. Yet the adjacent 11109 zip code in Long Island City, a skyscraper-filled community that offers spectacular waterfront views of Manhattan skyline, has among the New York City's priciest real estate, doesn't have a single shelter. And y'all just sitting there taking it. Look at this, man. They have mapped this crap out on y'all, man. Eric Adams, the Democrats over there, who y'all voted for, took the map and said, okay, where these poor black and Latino suckers are. All right, let's put shelters here. No, we got rich people over here. Not big money coming from here. Yeah, no crime-filled migrant shelters over there. Yeah, projects. Yeah, poor black people. Yeah, let's put them all over here. And these suckers are still gonna vote for us, so we can do it. We can get away with it. Got a map on y'all, man. Look at this, man. Showing maps show exactly where these people are, man. Take a look at this. This is strategic. They're going to say it's coincidence. Oh, this is what space was available. Lies, man. They are taking advantage of you because they can get away with it. Because they say you're destitute, you're poor, you're downtrodden, you can't do anything. And at the end of the day, you're going to continue to vote blue. That's exactly why they do it. Why are y'all sending them here? Because you voted for them. Wonder Sharon Shields, one of 7,000 residents of Queensbridge, North America's largest housing project, send them to Fifth Avenue, send them to Park Avenue, but they won't do that. Why are you sitting where everyone is already living check to check, says Shields 56. They ain't living check to check in Manhattan. Wow. Besides Queensbridge, this part of Long Island City is home to another 4,000 public housing tenants at the nearby Ravenwoods houses. Residents at both New York City Housing Authority developments say they're located so close to Long Island City's mega cluster of shelters that low-income NYCHA tenants typically find themselves competing, that's what I was getting at, competing with migrants for crucial services provided by the city and nonprofits. Taking jobs, lowering wages because there's more labor available is going to cause income, salaries to go down because now people are competing for the few jobs that are available. Also, since they're competing for the few houses that are available because the city is paying for houses for migrants, 6 months free rent, the rent's going to go up. Not only is it going to go up because you have way more people competing for the same apartments, you also have way more crime in the area. So it's going to increase insurance on the entire area, which is going to cause the area to increase prices for everyone. So more crime, less money, less charity, higher cost of living. Buford 36 of Queensbridge said lines at local food pantries to pick up healthy meals are now longer than historically long lines to collect welfare checks. People from the projects don't even get food, he said. The migrants come early and tie their little carts up to a gate to hold their spot. Then people from the project show up and are like, whose carts are these? Councilwoman Julie Wan, does she live over there? You're a councilwoman representing these people, but are you even one of these people? Are you even from that neighborhood? Do you live over there, or are you in some ritzy area? Councilwoman Julie Wan, who represents the neighborhood, attributed the long lines at the pantries to contracted city vendors supplying rotten and inedible food at some shelters. What? Doesn't even make sense. So the residents go to these local charities to get some food because they're poor. And allegedly at the shelters, they're supposed to have a separate bat of free food, but since the food at the shelter is no good, the migrants don't want it. They just go get the food that's designated for the U.S. citizens. That's all you got? That's the only excuse you got? Pathetic, man. Y'all need to get rid of her too. But again, you voting for Democrats. Local public schools are also exhausting resources trying to educate young migrants who are far behind in their studies compared to other students of similar ages, and requests by one's office for more resources from City Hall to help handle the new migrants are routinely ignored, the councilwoman added. These shelters are being placed in the poorest parts of communities, she said. The Adams administration needs to spread them out. So you're not hurting communities, especially low-income communities. Well, Adams, like I said, Adams knows he can get away with it. Why the hell would Adams put these crime hellhole shelters in the ritzy neighborhoods when he know that the poor suckers are going to sit there and take it? He doesn't lose anything. The poor people, they lose a lot. But Adams, he appeases the people with the money, keeps the donors happy. The people who have the power to use money against them, keeps them satisfied. And at the same time, he gets a pat on the back for trying to help the migrants. And at the same time, he gets them out of his face. Take them over there to the projects, man. Get them out of my face. I don't care what them people doing with them over there in the projects. Nearly 80%, or 153 of the shelters documented in the confidential list are former hotels and other lodging establishments like the Roosevelt in Midtown that are being subsidized by taxpayer dollars. Yeah, so it goes on to talk about how many migrants and where they are, how much it's costing, billions of dollars. But the point is, you guys have been suckered. You guys have been hoodwinked, run amok, led astray. You guys are voting blue, voting for these left-wing activists, voting for these Democrat politicians, and they're sitting there taking advantage of you. Throw the migrants right there in the lowest income neighborhoods. Let's take a map. Show me the areas where people live that we don't give a damn about. All right, over here in Queens, in this neighborhood, this project area. All right, throw all the migrants over there. Get them out of my face. So good luck with that, New Yorkers. Let me know what you guys think about this situation. Leave me your thoughts below. Share the video. Thanks for watching.